Y'all, so what's up? It's your girl, Tufase, here with a message. And I wanted to talk about spiritual wars, that involve family, definitely. So I'd say I'm a pretty chill person. But one thing I always do is tell the truth. So, and let me stop saying so because this is not a so matter. Okay, here's the thing. I come from a family that I no longer claim. And the reason that is because they are so spiritually, they have spiritual powers. I won't say that they're powerful because there's no power that is powerful without the power of God. You know what I'm saying? They have spiritual powers, and they ended up using those spiritual powers against me when I was born. I had to grow up with them. I had to grow up with that without knowing. They ended up putting a lot of strangers into this. So this is not a so matter. They ended up putting a lot of strangers into this spiritual warfare, and they allow strangers to do all types of spiritual attackings on me. Right? As I got older, I ended up leaving. I'm no longer with them, thank God. That didn't stop them from continuing to do what they did, though. They are still spiritually attacking me. They are still allowing people to spiritually attack me. I'm 21. I haven't seen them face to face since I was 17. And I actually stopped talking to them when I was 20. When I tell you that I cut them off when I stopped talking to them, it made everything seem like it was more in my power. It was more in my power. So if you are going through a spiritual warfare and you don't know where it's coming from, you don't know why it is, cut your parents off. You will realize that they are in on it too. When you cross the street, you look on the side that's closest to you first, and then that's when you look the other direction. Family can always and is always somebody and something that you have to look out for. I won't say it is, but it can be. That's why you have to be patient. You have to build a family that you don't have to watch your back around. You have to build a family that you know that they will protect your back. They will have your back. There's a lot more saying to that than what we think. We look at it like we stand back to back. We have each other's back against the world. No, in reality, we have to have each other's back so that nobody will stab each other in the back. It is hard to protect your partner if they are stabbing you in the back. You know, it's disturbing. It's hard. It's a lot of things. Back to this story. I ended up telling a lot of people, like, yeah, going through the spiritual warfare. I can feel your energy. I can't say I'm a fan of it. Can you keep it over there? They didn't appreciate that. And I'm realizing why they didn't appreciate it now. Because my siblings, my mother is like spirit hopping. They're body hopping into the people around me just so that they can like disturb me. Just so that they can still be in my energy and attack me in some type of way. And so, as y'all know, I have a roommate right now. And when I tell you that this is how it is. So this roommate of mine, they already had their own room. You know what I'm saying? They was already settled. They already had their situation good. And they were already there for a few days. I want to say at least like up to a week, right? It could have been less. I don't know, because I don't pay attention to people, really. So they end up putting this roommate into my room. Like, oh yeah, you're going to have a new roommate. They text that to me after I'm already gone. So this is not a so matter, and I will continue to say this every time I say so, because that's another thing. Energy is always trying to, make you push away how you truly feel so that you won't handle the situation correctly. Okay. Then let me tell you this. let me tell you this. My roommate is a man. I have a man roommate, LGBT. And they know this because his pronouns is he, she, right? So, okay, I'm a straight female. I am a straight woman. Why are you putting me in a room with the man? It don't matter if he says his pronouns have she in them. They also still have he in them. Not to mention, he is still also a he. He could have been pretending to be gay. Not saying that that's what's going on, but he could have been pretending to be gay. And who knows what else could have happened, right? So they put a male into my room. They put a man into my room. And now this man snores. He snores. Right? So this snore, I've been with many people. I have slept with many people. Don't get me wrong. When I tell you I haven't heard this snore since I was a child, since I was a teen, when I tell you I haven't heard this snore in almost half a decade, yo, I know this snore. I know this fucking snore. And I started to get this feeling of the snore was being directed towards me. The snore was being directed at me. The reason because that is my sibling's snore. You can think whatever you want to think. I know my facts. I have slept with many women and many men. And none of them has ever sounded like that. It's almost like everybody has their own distinct snore. You can call out their snore from a mile away, from miles away. And I know that snore. So I couldn't sleep last night because the snore, not only was it familiar, but it felt like it was meant to irritate me. It felt like it was meant to irritate my spirit. Now, I know that my roommate is on some shit because every time I get this sisterly vibe from somebody, I don't fuck with my sisters, and my sisters damn sure don't fuck with me. So, and I know that my sisters are fake as fuck, and they don't really want the best for me. So if I ever get a sisterly vibe from your ass, I know that you're a fucking snake. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing, and I swear this is not a so matter. This is not a so matter. Here's the thing. The snoring, it seemed like it was meant to irritate me. Like it was meant to get underneath my skin. And I almost did allow it to. But I started crocheting. I was like, you know what? I can't sleep. Let me work on this. Let me work on this. Let me work on this. I'm late to class right now because I didn't go to sleep until about like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay? And it's like 9. I woke up at like 7, and then I woke up at 9, and then I woke up before that. And the whole time that was happening, it was more on, I know my roommate can lay down and snore without being asleep. I know that. I've seen it happen. My roommate can lay down and snore without being asleep. Like, nobody falls asleep right when they lay their head down. Nobody does. Nobody does. So, I'm not sure if my roommate be asleep or if my roommate don't be asleep. You know what I'm saying? I just know that if y'all are going through a spiritual war, cut off your parents. Block your parents for more than a year. And watch how much your life improves. Sometimes your parents can be your biggest fans, rooting for your fucking downfall. Watch how your life improves. Watch. Sometimes your family can be rooting for your downfall. And you will never know. because you're rooting for their uprise. You view people how you view yourself, and you expect people to view you how you view them, but that's not how life is. As women, especially as women, you need to learn how to trust your intuition, trust your thoughts. Not all of them, don't get me wrong, but trust them and move on away from family and go and create your own family. Go create a family that will actually lift you up instead of just rooting for you. Go create a family who will decorate your scars instead of inflicting them. Go create a new family. I'm telling you, cut your family off. Watch how this spiritual warfare improves for you. Watch how much it'll go into your hands. Watch how much you will have dictation over your life. Because I'm not sure what it is, but mothers just feel like since they pushed you into this world, that they own you, especially if you are beautiful, especially if you are talented, especially if you have a specific type of energy that they've always wanted their whole life, or that they realize that they can improve off of. Just as much as your mother knows how to improve off of your energy, is as much as she could have taught you to improve off of your own energy to help her life. Instead, she chose to blame you and all of your siblings for having a terrible life and not allow you to improve her life, because she would have been jealous because she didn't improve her own life. Move the fuck away, move the fuck on. If you want to go back, I recommend go back after 5 years, after you know yourself, after you have that self-confidence in yourself, after you be damned if you allow anybody to tell you what the fuck to do, especially a woman who didn't show you the best you. If you ain't never show me the best me, then you was never meant for me, and I don't have to owe you a damn cent of respect. It don't matter if you my fucking mama. Jesus himself said, what, mother? And that is the most sinless man on this planet. If Jesus himself questioned who the fuck is my mama, then anybody that got a problem with us cutting off our mama obviously does not walk with Jesus, and they need to be kicked the fuck out of our life too. I love you. I wish you the best. I know that you're going to make it through. And as always, a tree does not stop itself from growing. Instead, it pushes itself to push forward fruits. Push your fruits forward and stop trying to hide your mane. Bye.